In Nagar, a youth was wandering about in search of a job. As luck would have it, the treasurer of that kingdom, along with his friend, was passing that way. The king is happy with you. The treasury is full of wealth. What is the secret of your success? The friend of the treasurer asked him. Good business sense, replied the treasurer. What do you mean by that? Please explain, his friend asked in amusement. The treasurer pointed his finger at a dead rat. Can you see that? Yes, his friend replied. If I apply my mind, I can begin a trade with that dead rat, said the treasurer. How can one start a trade with a dead rat? That sounds like a joke, laughed the friend. The curious youth was listening to the whole conversation. As he walked behind them, he came to a standstill and looked at the dead rat. He thought that the treasurer must have said that on some basis, so he picked up the dead rat and walked on. At some distance, a wealthy merchant was coming from the opposite direction with his cat. Suddenly, the cat slipped out of his arms and ran towards the youth. The merchant followed the cat, and when his eyes fell on the dead rat being carried by the youth, the merchant understood why the cat ran to him. The merchant asked the youth, Will you sell me your dead rat? I will pay 1 paisa for it. The youth happily took 1 paisa and gave away the dead rat. The advice of the treasurer became useful for the youth. He was now wondering the trade he should do with that 1 paisa that he earned. Soon an idea struck his mind, and he went to a shop and purchased jaggery for that 1 paisa. He filled a pot with water and reached the outskirts of the town. He knew that people take that way when they return from the jungle with flowers. He sat under a tree with jaggery and water, waiting for their return. In the afternoon, when people returned after completing their day's hard work, they were hungry and tired. The sight of these people made the youth hopeful, and he said, Brothers, you must be exhausted. Eat a little jaggery and drink some water to quench your thirst. May you live long. I am very grateful to you, said a tired man after drinking water and eating jaggery. In return of this, he gave a bunch of flowers to the youth. The youth served water to many passerbys and received a bunch of flowers from everyone in return. While going back, they said, Friend, please arrange water and jaggery for tomorrow as well. Of course, the youth replied. The youth took the bunches of flowers to a temple and began to sell them there. By the end of the day, he had earned 8 paise. Next day, he bought a big pot of water and more jaggery and returned to the same spot. On the way, he saw some farmers cutting grass in the fields. The youth asked, If any one of you is thirsty, drink water and eat jaggery. Oh, brother, we all are thirsty. However, we do not have anything to offer you in return except this grass, said one farmer. Keep it for the future. I will come to you if I need the grass some day. In the meantime, you drink this water and eat some jaggery, replied the youth. The grass cutters took water and jaggery from the youth and said, Dear friend, if you need any help from us, please let us know. Of course, my friends, I will surely come to you when I need help, the youth said and went on his way. A month passed by like this. One day a tornado hit the kingdom. Next morning, when the storm receded, there were broken branches and leaves of the trees scattered all around. The youth, who was on his way to the jungle with the jaggery and water, saw an older man standing worried at the gate of the royal garden. Who are you, sir? You look very worried. What is the matter? The youth asked the old man. I am the royal gardener. The king can be here any moment. However, you can see branches and leaves scattered all over the garden. I wonder if I can clean the garden before he comes, replied the worried gardener. The youth thought, if I can earn money from a dead rat, why not from branches and leaves? Suddenly an idea struck him. If you promise to give these branches to me, I will help you, said the youth. Take it away, son, take it immediately, said the gardener happily. I shall come back soon. Saying so, the youth came out of the garden. He distributed jaggery to the children playing nearby and said, If you want to eat more jaggery, then come and help me. The children happily agreed to help in return of jaggery. The youth took the children to the garden and made them collect all the branches in one corner outside the garden and cleared the leaves. He gave them all the jaggery and asked them to leave. At the same time, a potter was passing by on his cart. When he saw the pile of branches, he asked the youth whether he would sell this wood to him. The youth nodded his head in affirmation. The potter loaded the wood into his cart with the help of the youth and in return gave him 10 rupees. The youth returned to the market to buy jaggery. In the market, he came to know that a horse merchant was coming to the town to the next day with 500 horses. He thought, if I can arrange fodder for 500 horses, I can earn a good amount of money. And so he went to the grass cutters and asked them, I want to buy all the grass you have. I will give you 10 rupees in advance and rest I will pay you tomorrow. The farmers happily agreed. The youth thanked them and returned with the bales of grass. Next day, the horse merchant came to the town with the horses. He went to the market to buy grass for his horses, but no one had any grass to sell. Suddenly he saw the youth with the bales of grass in one corner of the market. He said to the youth, Will you sell the grass? The youth said, By all means, I have 500 bales. For the price of the grass, the horse merchant gave him 1,000 rupees. The youth rushed to the farmers and paid them the balance money. He had made a profit of 500 rupees that day. After some days, the youth came to know about a ship of merchants that was due to arrive the next day. He got himself new clothes and hired a chariot and went to the river bank. Next morning, when the ship arrived, only the youth was there to welcome the merchants. He greeted them respectfully and said, "Dear sir, I wish to purchase all your goods." The merchants of the ship were pleased with his welcome and agreed to sell all his goods to him. Then the youth said, "Sir, you will have to wait for some time till I arrange for such a big amount. So, for now you keep some advance money with you." The merchants agreed and granted him the time. In the meantime, the merchants of the town reached there. They offered to buy the goods from the merchants of the ship. However, the merchants of the ship replied that all their goods had already been sold off to the youth. The merchants of the town consulted with one another and approached the youth and said, "We wish to buy all the goods of the ship, and in return we will give you 1 lakh gold coins." The youth happily agreed. He took 1 lakh gold coins and handed over the goods to them. Out of 1 lakh gold coins, he made the balance payment to the ship merchants and went back to the town. He had plenty of money with him now. All the way he was thinking of the treasurer and his advice. To show his gratitude, he went to the house of the treasurer. "Sir, as a fee for being my teacher, please accept this small gift," the youth said, presenting a costly gift. "Teacher, gift? I do not understand you," said the amused treasurer. "I have never seen you before." "Sir, I have earned plenty of money in 2 months after following your advice." Beginning with the dead rat, the youth narrated the entire story. The treasurer was very impressed with his smart work and dedication. He married his daughter to the youth and handed over all his property to him. The gist: little work is the foundation of more significant work. One must take little steps to reach a higher position in life. No one reaches the top in one leap. Hard work and dedication are the basis of achieving success in life. Like, share, and subscribe for more such stories. Thanks for watching.